Hey, Pro Life Jen. Thanks for joining me on How to Win this week. I want to talk today about chemical abortions and self managed abortions. Yes, you heard that right. And yes, it's a thing that the abortion industry is now promoting. So, as we know, this Dobbs case, this Mississippi law that bans abortion at 15 weeks, is going to be heard before the Supreme Court sometime this fall. And we'll get a decision at the end of June, at the end of the Supreme Court, as to whether or not they will say that the Dobbs this case, this law in Mississippi that bans abortions at 15 weeks is constitutional, can be upheld. The Supreme Court could use this case to severely undermine and weaken Roe v. Wade. It could use the case to completely reverse Roe versus Wade if it wanted to. And we've already started to see the abortion industry respond to this case. I mean, they've been sending out fundraising emails and text messages, panicking it's the end of abortion, trying to gin up their base and trying to get supporters to give as much money as they can, get people to care about killing babies. A futile effort. But they're already moving on. We're still focusing on standalone brick and mortar abortion facilities, and they're already preparing for the next wave in their movement to continue to end lives and victimize women. And that is chemical abortion and self-managed abortion. We started seeing it a few years ago in California, where they started trying to pass a piece of legislation to force every state university campus to dispense chemical abortions, to actually become an abortionist. And we fought at Students for Life. I testified. Students lobbied. We went to campuses. We took toilet bowls to college campuses in California. Yes, that's what we do. We were able to delay it for 2 years. In fact, we had the pro-choice governor at the time, Jerry Brown, who vetoed the first edition, essentially, of this bill, cited their own talking points, that this was unnecessary, that there was an abortion facility between 5 to 7 miles of every California campus. This was not needed. But when Governor Gavin Newsom was elected, this was one of his promises to sign a law, and he did. One of the things I'm thankful about with COVID is COVID has delayed this bill taking effect in California. Meanwhile, other states are thinking about taking it on. And now the abortion industry, as you all know, if you've been following some of my podcasts in the past couple of months and throughout the COVID crisis, the abortion industry has latched onto the crisis of COVID, of telemedicine, and they're using COVID to push for chemical abortion. So in the height, when everyone was panicking about COVID, trying to figure out if they could go to the grocery store without having to be full on masked up and suited, the abortion industry was pushing for chemical abortions to be over the computer. So a woman didn't even have to go into an abortionist's office to confirm that she was even pregnant, to get a blood test, to make sure she wasn't enduring an ectopic pregnancy, which can kill her, but they would be able to mail her these pills. Just a couple weeks ago, the Democrats, the Oversight Committee in the House of Representatives, wrote a letter to the Food and Drug Administration demanding that all common sense restrictions on the chemical abortion pills, are called REMS, the risk evaluation mitigation strategies, be completely dropped, that there should not be any REMS, even though it's been proven that this pill kills women. It doesn't just kill babies, it kills women. It's killed American women. In fact, they're killed women across the globe. A couple weeks ago, earlier in August, there was a story of a woman in Papua New Guinea who was just recently killed from chemical abortion pills because of the bleeding, the hemorrhaging that goes on. And women don't know when it's too much, when they need to seek emergency care, that they're bleeding simply too much. So we already know what the abortion industry wants to do. They want to make abortions, 1, in the first trimester. 2, they want to make them using chemical abortions because they don't want to have to pay for the disposal of the children they abort. We've seen this from David Daleiden in the Center for Medical Progress's undercover video that he got at the National Abortion Federation of abortionists talking about their hidden secret that if the antis, us, ever knew about, they'd be put out of business, which is they don't know what to do with all the bodies, which is why they sell the body parts to researchers, because they make a profit and then they don't have to pay for disposing of the bodies in a good way. So they want these abortions to be first trimester because they know that's when, largely Americans and those across the globe are tolerant of abortions. They can look good and say, well, we don't do those second and third trimester abortions, those late term abortions, which they know public opinion's against them on. And they want them to be chemical. So a woman just has to sit on the toilet and flush. They don't have to pay for the disposal. And they want them to be these chemical abortions because then they don't have to operate these dirty surgical abortion facilities. They can commit an abortion when a woman goes to her phone, chats with a nurse in another state, and has the pills sent to her over the mail. It solves their problem of what will happen in a post-Roe America, because as we know, when Roe's reversed, doesn't make abortion illegal in all 50 states. Some states might make it legal, some states might severely restrict it. And so what that will do is a woman in Mississippi, even though her state might ban abortion, still may be able to get online, order her chemical abortion pills from California, and have them shipped to her home or an Amazon locker near her. That is where the abortion industry is going. They are one step ahead of us on this, guys. And so now we're hearing not only chemical abortion, we're hearing this word self-managed abortion. So Repro Action, this crazy hardcore left pro-abortion group, is going to be assembling at the Supreme Court in a couple weeks, teaching people, all peoples, because apparently they think everyone can get pregnant, not just women, how to manage their own abortions. What they're talking about is inducing an abortion at home. They're talking about chemical abortions, which just is unbelievable because, like, think about other things that women go to hospitals and doctors for. Do you ever hear like self-managed cancer treatment, self-managed high blood pressure treatments? I mean, you often will hear the left in the medical community say, don't, go to Google and try to find herbs that will cure your cancer. You need to go to a doctor and get, proven, legitimate things that, academic scientific research has proven will shrink cancer cells, right? Or delay the growth of your malignant tumor. This is unbelievable that, they have kind of embraced this and are embracing this self-managed abortion term. But this is how scared they are. They are terrified that Roe versus Wade is going to fall, that states are going to make abortion illegal. And so now they're resorting to this self-managed abortion. These pills, these drugs, these do-it-yourself abortion drugs are dangerous. Chemical abortions have killed women, not just children, women. They have 4 times the complications of surgical abortions. Well, the good thing is about chemical abortions, they can be reversed. I'm going to give you the hotline for the Chemical Abortion Pill Reversal Network. It's 877-558-0333. Put it on the bumper sticker, 877-558-0333. Use that number. If you're out praying in front of an abortion facility, make sure you're not just there when she goes in. Make sure you're there when she's leaving, because she's getting a pill, taking the first pill at the Planned Parenthood. You can still save her and her child from the violence of abortion, the starvation that the chemical abortion pill does to the child. So we need to be talking about this. We need to be talking about the dangers of these chemical abortion pills. I mean, one question is, where the heck is the Surgeon General? Why is not the U.S. Surgeon General telling women about the dangers of these chemical abortion pills, or as Repro Action's calling them, self-managed abortions? These pills can cause severe bleeding, injury, fever, infection. They can leave you still pregnant and you not even know you're still pregnant, which can lead to surgery and then hysterectomy. It's if you are experiencing an ectopic pregnancy and you haven't had an ultrasound to make sure you're not having ectopic pregnancy, they can kill you. They can kill you. This is how we know, guys, that the abortion industry isn't about women or protecting women, because they're willing to tell you how to take dangerous chemical abortion pills and how to have your own self-managed abortion, even knowing these risks. This is about abortion. This is always for them about ensuring the quote unquote right to abortion, because that's at the end of the day what they exist to do. It's not about women's empowerment. It's not about rights. We all know the pro-life movement is the one who is striving to empower women with real options, nonviolent choices, because we're the ones with pregnancy centers and maternity homes and every resource that she could possibly need. We've created those things, that whole ecosystem of support. They're about one thing, and that's promoting abortion. And regardless of what happens at the Supreme Court, the abortion industry is committed to doing that one thing: promoting abortion. If you want more information, go to thisischemicalabortion.com. We've got a wonderful video series, a docu-series that was produced by former Vice President Pence star Charlotte Pence Bond, interviewing physicians and women who've actually gone through an abortion, chemical abortion, to talk about what chemical abortion is. They're short little episodes. You can share them all over.